All right, let's get straight to it. In the next few minutes, we're going to unpack the key technology and investment moves that really set the tone for 2025 in Vietnam.
And this quote, it really hits the nail on the head. What we're witnessing here isn't just a list of unrelated news items, it's clear evidence of a deliberate and very rapid technological leap forward. The real story here is momentum.
So here's how we're going to break it down. We'll look at three core pillars that are driving this growth. First, the digital backbone, then urban mobility, and finally, high-tech manufacturing. Then we'll pull it all together to see the big picture.
Okay, first things first, the foundation. You know, any nation's tech ambitions have to be built on something solid. And in early January, Vietnam made some truly massive plays in its digital infrastructure.
And we're kicking off with a huge number, $1 billion. That's the investment a global alliance is pouring into a new sovereign AI data center network. The sheer scale here is a massive signal of intent. This is about becoming a regional AI powerhouse, period.
But what's really interesting isn't just the money, it's the strategy. The focus on sovereign AI is absolutely key. It means the plan is to keep the data, the value, and the innovation inside Vietnam. This isn't just about renting capacity, it's about owning the platform, which gives them a huge competitive edge for critical government and enterprise work.
At the same time, we're seeing the building blocks for the next evolution of the internet, Web 3, being put in place. This new joint venture, G98, is a major move. Bringing in a global player like Tether, well, that injects global standards right into the heart of Vietnam's digital economy.
And this isn't all happening in a bubble. Look at the smart international partnerships forming. Teaming up with a global heavyweight like Dassault Systems is a way to seriously fast-track R&D in super complex areas like digital twins, which are crucial for advanced manufacturing and aerospace.
So what's the bottom line here? These are not isolated events. They are all interconnected plays that are building a powerful, sovereign digital platform. It's a platform that both sparks domestic innovation and, at the same time, makes Vietnam an incredibly compelling partner for global tech leaders.
Okay, let's shift gears. We've talked about the digital world, now let's look at the physical one. Specifically, Vietnam's absolutely electrifying push into clean mobility. The data here is, well, it's pretty stunning. A full third of all vehicle sales in Vietnam were electric. That's nearly double the average across the rest of the region. This isn't just gradual growth. This is a market transforming at full speed.
So you have to ask, what's lighting this fire? And what are the roadblocks? Well, on the one hand, you've got these incredible government incentives, like zero registration fees, that are whipping up consumer demand. But on the other, there are real hurdles, especially with charging infrastructure and worries about long-term costs.
In this kind of opportunity, it's like a magnet for the big global names. You have Gogoro and Castrol jumping into the two-wheeler market, which, by the way, is a massive 3 million units a year, and their focus on battery swapping is a direct shot at solving that infrastructure problem. So the takeaway for the mobility sector is pretty clear. Vietnam is much more than just a fast-growing market. It's becoming a crucial laboratory for new business models. For investors, this creates some really unique opportunities to pioneer solutions that could then be scaled across the entire region.
Now for our third and final theme, manufacturing. But we're not talking about just assembling parts anymore. This is about Vietnam's evolution into a high-tech production powerhouse that's mastering more and more of the value chain.
This right here, this is a landmark moment. FPT exporting the first Vietnamese-designed semiconductor chips to a market as demanding as Japan, that is a massive proof point. It shows the country is moving from assembly to genuine original design.
And this isn't just one company's success story. You see the government stepping in to pour fuel on the fire, creating a national prototyping center. That's a clear signal they're serious about building a complete ecosystem, giving local companies the tools they need to win on the world stage.
And a strong ecosystem is exactly what attracts leaders in cutting-edge fields. AMC Robotics doesn't just decide to build its sophisticated robotic dog anywhere. Setting up shop in Ho Chi Minh City is a huge vote of confidence in the local talent and the supply chain's ability to handle really complex production.
What's absolutely crucial here is this idea of convergence. You have private industry hitting these incredible milestones, and at the exact same time, you have strategic government support building out the entire ecosystem. Together, they're creating a complete, resilient manufacturing value chain right there in Vietnam.
So let's pull all this together. We've seen the digital foundation, the mobility revolution, and the manufacturing leap. What is the overarching picture that all these developments paint?
When you step back and connect the dots, a remarkably clear three-step strategy comes into focus. It's like a national playbook. First, build that powerful, sovereign digital foundation. Second, use it to modernize and electrify key industries. And third, master the high-tech supply chains that make it all possible. Each step powers the next.
Which leaves us with a really powerful question for the future. You have government, industry, and global capital all converging and pushing in the same direction with incredible speed. So the question is no longer if Vietnam will be a major tech player, but rather, what's its next strategic leap going to be?